All right, hello everybody. Are we doing it? Is it streaming? Yeah, it's streaming. Okay. CPU 5.3%, doing good. Okay. Hey everybody, just want to say hi. I'm going to be doing a little editing here, and I thought I would just test out some of this, some of my streaming stuff that I'm trying to put in place, and see how it works. See if I can get it working the way I want it to. And gonna see if the chat is working. Okay. Something just came through. Let me bring up the actual stream window and take a look at that real quick. A little hot. Oh. Go. Mm-hmm. Mm. I'm grabbing some music here, folks. I'll be bringing that up in just like hello to anybody. Anybody out there watching? Anybody? That's all right. Let's see. Music is working. Turn it down some. Need to add from there. Mm-hmm. That should be down and not like in the way music wise. Anybody's watching, you know. All right, cool. What is going on? Screen quality seems a little low. What am I sending? What is 4? Pretty cruddy. Seems a little low. What am I sending? Make some changes here, shall we? Make some changes here, shall we? Live above average. What brand is my slider? It is a GVM. It is a GVM. Let me bring up this other camera and I'll show you. GVM. It is a GVM. And hello. Let me bring up this other camera and I'll show you. Hello to Ray. Did the quality get any better? And hello. Hello to Ray. Did the quality get any better? I'll show you the slider here in just a sec. Let me see. I'll show you the slider here in just a sec. Let me see. I'll show you the slider here in just a sec. Let me see. Let's see if it gets any better. Let's see if it gets any better. All right, what did speed? 12 up. Actually kind of low. All right, what did 20, 25. But it is what it is. All right, actually kind of low. So where'd that other camera? 25. Still trying to get a whole bunch of stuff set up here. All right. Still trying to get a whole bunch of stuff set up here. The one, Ray, the one from the GVM, it's the GVM, and it's also got the pan tilt, pan and tilt. Yeah, and it's also got the three axis. Well, it's a 3-axis gimbal, so it's got the head that does got the motor for panning as well as for tilting. Well, it's a 3-axis gimbal, so it's got the head that does got the motor for panning as well as for tilting. So that's the GVM. It's got the motor for the right there. Boom.
So
There's
that's
got the
the,
motor on it.
this is GVM.
And then it's got the pan tilt. This is a big unit here. So I mean, it can hold big cameras, which is really cool. It works really well. The one thing I don't like is that the app is spotty at best, and that sometimes it connects and sometimes it doesn't connect. So most of the time,
is that the app
I kind of bypass it.
best
Use
sometimes it connects and sometimes it doesn't
to do it, and it works. It's good. But I wish to do it, and it works. Camera here. What I wish is that it would just give me the ability to like lock something in.
it would
I
just give me
there's two use cases for sliders. There is the use case that someone is out running around and carrying a slider around with them and setting up, and every time it's going to be something different. And then there's also permanent installs where it's installed. It's going to be set, and we need to turn it on and let it go. And in my case, and I think that the app manufacturers and stuff, could program for that. I think GVM could do a better job with their app as well. But for whatever reason, they
could program for that. I think GVM could
they have chosen for it to be spotty. So I have to set my access points each time. Set an A point, set a B point, and then set the set the thing to loop. I got it set to loop like 250 times. That should be enough to go through this. Anyway, I like it. I do have an Edelkrone mini slider, the one that like doubles its length.
I like it. I do.
And I've got the slider 1. Is that what it is? Slider Pro? I don't know. Anyway, I've got that. I got all the boxes.
Doubles its length.
And I've got the head one, and then I've got a focus puller on it, and I don't have that connected, but then I got the motor for it. And that's what I'm using at church, and that's great. It really is easy, and we've got the remote control for it as well, so that the lady who's running cameras on the camera platform can actually control it or program it if she wanted to. And that's really easy because you move to one position, you lock that in as preset 1, you move to the second position or the third, whatever you want, and then you just hold those two buttons down for a second, it starts looping, and it'll loop until you turn it off, which is great. And I played with the app a little bit. I don't see where I can actually like load in programs where I can say, okay, this is called the church setup, church Sunday morning live stream, where I could like set it, and each time I open up the app, just say, all right, connect to the units and run this program, and then just walk away.
And each time I open up the app,
I think that's one of the things that's missing, at least in my experience with these. But I haven't dug fully into the Edelkrone stuff as much as I want. Got it set up, realized that is working, but my tripod just wasn't strong enough to hold it. I have a I have a good sized video tripod that holds most cameras, but once you start getting out to the distance on some of these, some of the extremities, all of a sudden there's a lot of weight being put on one end, and it's just not strong enough to hold it all. So we've actually got a big tripod coming that can hold up to like 60 pounds. So versus like a 20-pound max load tripod. So we will see how that works. So versus like a let's see, you may want to mute your YouTube stream. Oh, is it? I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me know. I've actually got I don't have my earphones in, and I've got the volume turned down here. Anyway, I'm gonna put my see, edit. Fantastic. If you don't, working on a TV show, got a live recording of the show. Test. Why am I getting? I'm getting echo. Are you guys getting echo? I want to make sure. Or is it just me that's hearing it because I'm running two different audio things? Test. Let's see. Test, 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 test. No echo here? Good. That's good. I can deal with it then. Okay, it's great that the chat is working. I like that. Using the chat from Stream Elements. Yeah. That's integrating good. Ray, could you do me a favor and subscribe to the channel and let me see if I get a notice on here? Would you mind, please? If you've subscribed, unsubscribe, and then resubscribe just so I can see if it notice it pops up there. The music is now muted. The music is not playing. Why? Oh, because it went through all the songs. Hang on. Funny. Only had 4 songs in there. Let me see if you can. App. Why is it not pulling that in? Interesting. Very interesting. Check, check. Check, check. Place now. Why are none of those playing now? Oh, I know. Let's. I'm going to pause the music for a minute while I'm getting all of this set up. All right, but you're not hearing that. Interesting. Okay, let me see. Probably because it's going out B.
Everybody like, no. Okay, she didn't tell it. You know, listen, I have a couple of superpowers, but one of the main ones is the gift of faith is my superpower. I don't have to know everything and how it's laid out, but just walking with pure trust that God would lead me.
Okay, so you guys were hearing that, right? Can you give me a yay or an A? Let's see. So I was curious. You said your stream hicked up. Hicked up? Hiccuped. Do me a favor, Ray, if you would please, and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, But if you have, go ahead and unsubscribe and resubscribe, please. I want to see if that notification shows up on the stream here. I've got a little area underneath the window where it should say it. All right. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay. Well, I didn't see it come up. I don't think it did. So the question is why? And that quality is bugging me. Okay, it's trying to push. I've had some dropped frames. Trying to push 9,000 out. So I'm going to drop it back down. 500. And let's see if that... I'm still... I don't want to stop the stream. Go ahead. And I'll let you all just look if you'd like. Okay. Bless you. Thank you. That. All right. This is one of the TV shows we do on the Zondra TV network, and we did a live studio audience version of it. And so we've got part A and part B. This is the first half hour of it, broken up into 3 blocks. And so I've got the first piece in A block.
Please.
All right.
Come on and tell me what your superpower is and how it shows up in your life.
I was thinking a lot about this because there's just so much, right?
All right. Let's see.
Say, you may not be lifting yourself up right now, but I'm going to help you lift up. There's a print that I had as a child in my bedroom that someone had bought me.
Name is saying I am dumb, or I am not good enough, or you just put God down.
Okay.
Somebody that isn't always easy.
Yeah,
That was a sizzle.
that was a
But, you
sizzle.
know, even if you are maybe not quite there yet,
Yeah.
you know, it's who you're being. And
Oop. Wrong one.
Okay. Really, really
Yeah.
deep.
Right. So I am powerful.
I love that. I love that. I love that.
Okay, good.
The sizzle.
That was a sizzle.
even if you are maybe not quite there yet,
Yeah.
you know, it's who you're being in the moment is what's important, because that's what's going to what you're putting out in the world, and that's what's going to allow you to attract more of it, right? So you're talking about being a light for others,
Right.
and that's part of it, you know. I would love to continue that conversation. Continue the conversation.
That's awesome.
I want to clap.
Be right back and we'll continue the conversation.
That's all good.
I want to clap.
All right, now we got to do the last one. I am seriously thinking about converting this Mac back over to a PC. This is a Hackintosh I'm on. And I'm seriously considering going back to a back to a PC. Changing the Hackintosh, making a dual boot, so that because the way Macintosh handles audio is not near as smooth, awesome as is on PC. Audience, weapon, awesome. Work that. And that ought to be good. Let's drop it in. And let's go find the end. Hard 30 minutes. Okay, good. All right. And that will adjust how much time I have for commercials. And I'm going to copy. Where's my? All right. Effects. And let's get the audio up. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I love the operating system. I mean, I love Mac OS. I mean, I really do. It is firing on all cylinders on everything, with the exception of audio. I mean, and it's ridiculous. I mean, right now, in order to get desktop audio, I'll show you. In order to get desktop audio in, so that it's working, you know, nicely. You know, when I went and added desktop audio and then have something playing, it wasn't playing. There's just nothing there. And, you know, my mic aux is great. I'm actually running that from my Windows computer out, you know, via USB, out of an audio card on my little Surface over here, and running it into an audio box, PreSonus audio box. And just so that the processing of the microphone is like off of the computer, because Mac OS has a hard time with it. And so in order to like separate out the apps and get audio into there, I've had to install Groundcaster, whatever it's called, so that I can have audio for each of these things. So like I've got my VLC playing the music right now. You know, and that's great. You know, here's the audio for Premiere when it's when you're hearing that, and then I'll need to go make sure that the output from Audition is set in here as well. But this takes up system resources. you know, and I don't want it to. That's why you were hearing when I was scrubbing through the audio. That's why you were hearing glitching in the music and stuff. A little sound. I mean, come on, Mac, Apple. The whole reason you came about was for graphic design, right? Back in the day, and then people started using it for audio production. So give us some downright serious control over the audio. A lot easier on Windows, but I hate the Windows interface because Microsoft, I used to work for Microsoft, they don't understand concepts of design and fluidity and all this sort of stuff that Mac OS does. Ridiculous. So anyway, I won't rant anymore. All right, let's see. Over to Audition. Here's my first things first. Normalize.
We're gonna give Lisa a moment to collect herself.
All right, now the effects rack in Adobe Audition I love. Allows me to load up, stack in a series of effects and test them and work them again. There you go. Now you can see it. Work them against each other and see how it's going to work, and then just apply it in order in bulk. My parents just arrived, so I may not be able to do this much longer. They may want to go to lunch.
So, who wants to jump in with
If I turn it
how
off,
you bring other people into your sphere of
See?
influence using your superpower?
The only thing I can think of right now are these nylons are my superpower. I'm sorry. I'm bringing nylons back.
okay. So if I need to, I have a declipper, but I don't need to. So I've got the vocal denoise, one knob brighter, which it just brightens it up, just by turning a single knob. I got an FFT filter. It's an EQ filter. Make it a little fatter with the one knob as well. Just turn up the heft. Pick up the bass.
Only on our show. Only on our show.
I'm so grateful for them. They're holding it together flawlessly, perfectly imperfect.
And then Ultra Maximizer, which is a fantastic compressor.
Sorry. Okay, back to business.
Overdone, obviously.
Actually, I asked
Sometimes when these ladies are talking quietly, you can see right here, it kind of gets kind of low, so I'm able to
Yeah, see, I'm bringing nylons back again.
change that threshold and
That's my
pick 'em up a little
superpower
bit. It's great.
2022.
And then one of my favorites is the plosive remover. If the, in this case, I'm dealing with ladies that are wearing really nice dresses and stuff, and you can only put mics so many places. And so sometimes when you start placing a mic, if they're looking a certain way, then, the nose, air coming from their nose may be hitting the mic and stuff. So this plosive remover, I love it. Let me see if I can.
The only thing I
Yeah.
can
You see all those little orange marks? That's where it's hearing plosives and it's cleaning them out.
right now are these nylons are my superpower. I'm sorry. I'm bringing nylons
Only
back,
on
by the
our
way.
show.
I'm bringing them back.
Only on our show.
I'm so grateful for them. They're holding it together flawlessly. Perfect.
Anyway, so that's kind of like the standard thing that I apply on there. And it really helps. I dig it. Let's see. Ray says, I think their new M1 chip may take care of that. Boy, I hope so, Ray. I really do, because I'm going to be upgrading, hopefully, in the next, month or two, to the Mac Studio. And I'm going to see how that works. I'm going to hold on to the receipt, though. Let's see. I'm trying to broaden my skills so that I can work from home. I'm a disabled veteran who loves working for my church media, but I want to do more. Dude, first off, thank you for your service. I'm sorry that you were disabled. My cousin was in Iraq. Did a tour in Iraq I think he did 2 tours in Iraq. I don't think he had to go to Afghanistan. Did 2 tours in Iraq, and on his second tour, he commanded a Fox, and was what he did was ferried brass around. So he would lead the convoy. He actually may have brass in his Fox, or he may be pulling up behind, covering a convoy, just depending on what was going on. And they ended up, in Baghdad, finding the off ramp and doing all this sort of stuff. Ended up, momentarily getting separated from the convoy. And then by the time they got caught up to the convoy, someone had triggered the start of an IED, and his, when his vehicle got to that point, it hit. And so he ended up flipping the Fox upside down, and got some back injuries that ended up over time, becoming really bad. So sympathize with you. I don't know the pain, but some of my loved ones do. And thank him for his service. And I thank you for your service. And I'm glad you're working for your church. What do you do in your church media? What kind of stuff are you working on?
Who wants to jump in?
That closed. Save it, and it will update the audio file in Premiere, which is you can tell right down here, you can see there's hardly any register of the waveform. And there we go. Now it's fixed. So let's see how it works.
Excited. We're back. And we have been talking not only about what your superpowers.
Now, when I recorded this, there's actually a lag, which is frustrating. It was not on my system. It was on, let's get to a 2-shot. There we go.
You financially, or so on and so on. And that's not the most important thing. The most important thing.
Okay. So when she says, and that's not the important thing.
Not the most important.
And that. All right. So I'm now going to slip this. I need to slip it backwards about 15, I think.
The most important thing. The most important thing is.
Oop. Actually.
Important thing. The most important thing is to use your.
Almost there.
Use your superpower on a regular basis.
Almost there.
So.
Bringing nylons back again.
All right, come on.
That's my superpower 2022. The drugstores better start carrying a better selection. Okay, what's the question? I'm so sorry. It just happened. I'm just ADD.
Okay, I have to jump in. We're gonna give Lisa a moment to collect herself. And so, what I will say is, I think, using our superpower is like a muscle.
Okay. I think that's good enough. The audio system was not synced up perfectly with the video system at this place. So, hey, sarah, that is what it is. And you just handle it, slip the audio, and you're good.
Our superpowers. That's it. Sorry. I know I was terrible. I'm so sorry. I know. I'll get better at that. I am working on my closing.
Awesome. And Lisa is very fun. All right, let's just tweak the intro or the bumper back in a little bit.
Okay, we are back.
Now let's copy in the lower thirds. Go.
Also been talking about how to, those superpowers show up in your daily walk. Because what good is a superpower if you only bring it out every now and then? This is really not a situation.
Right now, the word.
Question. I'm so sorry. See, this happens. I'm ADD.
Okay, I have to jump in.
Come on, jump on in.
We're gonna give Lisa a moment to collect herself. And so, what I will say is, I think, using our superpower is like a muscle, and there are times.
Okay, and let's get down.
Talking about,
Right.
being courageous. Because I'm sitting here thinking,
With it, right?
I'm sitting here thinking, it's a thing you do the best and you like to do it. And I'm like, on TV, that was a leap for me. Like,
But you like you were saying, you're a speaker, and maybe that was a blessing. Maybe that job wasn't suited for you because it gave your blood.
All right, and Lori, stop.
I'd love to answer that. I think for a lot of us, I think our superpower is connected to our purpose, but also our passion. And so, joy, because often it's the same thing. What you're good at is something you often enjoy. And then also, what do people So I'd love to answer that. I think for a lot of us, yeah, I think our superpower is connected to our purpose, but also our passion. And so, you know, when people struggle with that, that I'm working with or interacting with, I always like to ask them, you know, what do you do that fires you up, that brings you joy? Because often it's the same thing. What you're good at is something you often enjoy. And then also, what do people tell you you're really good at? You know, and people will recognize it in you. And sometimes they see it.
Like,
Us on our episode of Light It Up TV, and you know, we're just so thankful. But anyways, use your superpower, and in the second segment, we're going to talk more about our superpowers. That's it. Sorry. I know it's terrible. I'm so sorry. I know. I'll get better at that. I am working on my closing.
Did you know that most skincare products today? Go to shopsophiel.com and use code SOUL20 to save 20%. Your skin deserves the best. Get started today. Your skin deserves the best. Get started today.
Wow. So
It's hard to turn on the TV or unlock your phone and not see the bad of the world on your screen. Well, there is good out there, and you need to see it. Zondra TV Network is the breath of fresh air that you've been needing. Success stories, business ventures, and walks of faith. Visit the home of positive and inspirational programming, Zondra TV.
Now is the time for you to recognize what outcome you want. Visit my website today.
Okay, we are back. I'm so excited. We're back. We're back. Been talking about how to, those superpowers show up.
Yeah, that's annoying. Ray, if you're back. Yeah, it just died in yes. Yeah. Definitely gonna dual boot this thing. Through segment part 2.
Many superpowers. And we've been talking about
We get back from a break. We're going to come right back. And we're going to, Lisa, you got it? Okay. She's hanging on to it. So we will be back in just a second.
All right, and we'll start a new project. Turn off those and paste in all my common elements. And now let's down here. All right, now I'm gonna by the way, if you're using Adobe Premiere, you can right click like I just did on a video track that has audio, or just an audio track if they're separated, to edit in Adobe Audition. Open it up in Audition, part of Adobe's get it affected in whatever that other program, then bring so audio in, and I'll takes the edit and then when I that's the always right click it, put it back to the okay. So I'm sounding good now, Ray, I guess. Sorry about that. That's what I'm saying. The just OBS ground control. There's too many moving parts. Something for the OS to handle. Apparently, 3.5 gigahertz, 32. I know. Just doesn't. I'm gonna dual boot this thing. And
Constantly have to be building.
popping. Close. So I'll just reload that rack.
Talked about actions and outreach and the practice, the discipline. Talked about actions and outreach and the practice, the discipline.
All the audio filters. sec here. If I got. It working? Okay. All right. Well, that's working. Not this one. That's the one I'm on. That over. I don't have the one for. Go behind the scene, don't you? Okay, and those are gonna go down there. But did I say I wanted to? No, I wanted to have them. Okay. Oop. I'm going to add that, this main one. I'm going to add a scene. Alerts. Okay. And somebody, if you're watching, can you go subscribe real quick and let's see if the alerts show up? And if you're not, if you are subscribed, unsubscribe and subscribe. We should see down here in the bottom. We should see one of those alerts popping up. Please and thank you. No, Ray, you did it earlier, but I didn't realize that I hadn't added that. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're taking off. Okay, great. Thanks, Ray. Check, check, check. Am I cutting out again? I'm going to be really angry. Test, test. No, it's there. Done. All right, now I'm going to copy the paste that.
All right, we are back. We are back. This is our second episode. This is our continuation of.
Now, audio and the video are out of sync.